Good morning, everybody. If you're going to Delta College, let me tell you, you will drop out. Financial aid is dropping. You could be selling drugs. You could be pimping. You know what I mean? You can be running white-collar crimes. Maya is doing all of that. Now she's doing this fake intern thing here at A23. I brought her on because she's low-key the best hustler in the business. You know what I mean? Shout out to Maya. Shout out to everybody she helps with. Shout out to 209 Times. Shout out to, you know what I mean, ABC News. Shout out to the county jail. Anybody else you want to mention? Her cousins, Theos. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Yep, yeah. All related.
All related? Okay, we'll start from scratch.
What's up, Delta College Radio and Television? I'm here at A23 with Shelly Hollis. Can you tell me what A23 is? What is A23?
A23 is a digital media studio. So what we did is like everything, all the cool stuff you're doing at school, we're doing it for real. So no, but seriously, like it's like graphic design, it's film, it's a place to be creative, like how we're sitting in a podcast room right now working on audio, so we can do anything from podcasting to voiceovers to actually recording like a track. Something interesting for me, I just got contacted by a lady that's an author of a book, and she wants to turn her book into an audio book. So she's gonna actually come into our studio and our space and start reading and really like expressing her content the way it was supposed to be delivered, you know?
Who is the owner of A23?
I'm El Jefe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm the owner and my partner, Leanne Nguyen. So like I actually partner with someone that I grew up with, and we kind of just, I was doing one thing and she was doing another thing. We brought our skills together and boom, A23.
What were you guys doing as your own thing and her own thing?
She was more of a consulting and marketing expert, and that's what she went to school for, and that's what she helped Verizon with for like 15 plus years, you know, and then myself, I bounced around doing film from here, Canada, Hong Kong, like you name it. So what we did was we brought back our skills since we're from Stockton and put them here, and now we got people like you helping us like be a part of the dream. You know what I'm saying? We're expanding through our own creativity. Like we're doing it our way for us.
How does your ownership affect your place in the marketplace?
It's different. I think that just accumulative circumstances, like just things I wasn't prepared for. Like one thing, managing myself, that's one thing. And then when you think about like the marketplace, like before it was just like people would come to me, you know, and now we're seeking business, and then we have to be strategic with our marketing. You get what I mean? Like where before it was like people that knew me, so a lot of stuff I do was like referral based, or I may have isolated my focus on one type of like film or like a, you know, like a demographic of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Where with now we gotta be like, okay, cool, we have a commercial department, we have a podcast department, we have a print department. So like we have to pay attention to like what the needs are of people in order to create a demand for us, you know. So like you gotta always remember, like in stuff like this, you're in a people-pleasing business, so you pay attention to what's needed and then you deliver that, you know, and that's it. So that's how it works.
Where geographically is your marketplace like targeted towards?
Targeted? I mean, locally we have like, you know, we have like a radius of goals where we have cities that we know we can touch because there's individual businesses and corporations here, you know, whether from small to large, we're open. But the expansion for me is always going to be online, you know, being able to touch as many people as possible. Like utilizing the internet to me is just like, I mean, you can communicate across oceans, you know what I mean? You can, across borders, like without having to physically be in that location. So for us, if our online marketplace, I would personally, I'd want that to be far bigger than what we are here locally. But at the same time, like to be able to contribute and help the people around us grow, that means we're helping elevate our city. So if everybody in our community and our city is doing better, then we're all doing better.
It's a win-win.
It is a win-win.
What do you guys do to be involved in the community?
Right now, currently, we're doing the whole food drive thing, and that's just not just like us, collectively. So we definitely want to allow our place to be a hub for them to come drop off. We're very big with like the sports too, like helping out the youth. So we do donate a lot of our time, whether it's like photography, videography, or just last year, I remember with Western Ranch, when the basketball team was doing extremely well, we donated a banner to congratulate them on their championship and stuff like that. So whatever acknowledgements we can get to like leaving an impression and a good memory with the kids, and that's how we choose to give back.
What about like your involvement with the youth or like the art scene in Stockton?
You know, a lot of that transpired and came to life because of you. You know, I think right now, like you can celebrate being able to say that you brought probably a couple thousand people in Stockton, artists, youth, people that are just like inspired by or fans of like people locally in town, like I think right now, sitting next to you, like, you can honestly say you developed a scene. You know what I mean? Like, you should have, like, your name on the street.
He thinks very highly of me.
I think very highly of you. It's my little Shelly.
And then also, like, I don't know if we're still going through with that, but Leanne just met someone the other day across the street at Marshall's that works with foster kids.
Right,
and
right.
she talked about, like, doing, like, a mentorship program for fostered youth.
Yeah.
So they could have skills past, like, when they have to graduate out of those foster homes. We could teach them how to do those media skills, and they could be transferred into real life.
Yeah, and it's real cool like that. And I think, like, even starting at a young age in school right now, like, you don't have really that many resources as far as, like, art classes and things like that. Everything's very curriculum based, but structured around raising an individual that's just going to be a part of the workforce.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the difference. And we do have this creative space, so I think, like, that's a good idea for all of us around. It should, like, whether we do it here during our work hours or we set up something on a weekend, so they can actually have a facility to, like, and it's not just learning, like, this isn't book based, like, you can actually come in here and touch these things.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna be cool.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I thought I had to, like, go to LA to learn all this stuff. Like, there was nothing for me here.
No, and it hasn't. And you can think your program at Delta, and, like, years ago I actually did a couple classes there, so that was cool. But I mean, now, like, we have a complete digital media studio. Like, we can do anything from just imagine great ideas here to actually putting together an entire film and putting it out.
Yeah. So I know you do, like, day-to-day services, your photo, audio, video, printing,
right.
graphic design. What about, like, side projects that you have going on?
Side projects, huge Cali slap, hip hop, things you helped me with. You inspired me through Hidden Gems, so that's cool. Another big one for me is something that I want to start next week called The Break. The Break is very similar to Vice News. I had an opportunity to work with them years ago when I was in Canada, so I want to do that here in our community, where I want to go out and actually do some investigative journalism where we can actually tackle topics that are not, like, portrayed through the news, so they're biased to what one's individual perception is. I want to give people an opportunity, a chance to talk and tell their story.
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity for that. I didn't even know we were doing that, but that's tight.
Yeah,
I'm ready for that.
Well, now you know, right?
What are some of your biggest projects or your favorite projects that you worked on through A23?
Through A23? I think, okay, collectively for that's cool. We do have contracts with various resorts out of the country. So we've been to Costa Rica, we've been to Cabo, in Mexico, multiple places. We've been to Cabo, we've been to Cancun, I think Cabo twice last year. In Costa Rica, we bounced around to, I think, 5 different resorts. So what we do for these people are we fly out there, we film the resort, and then sometimes they hire people. Like, I know the one that I did in Cancun, they had three pro golfers, and they came out with us. So, like, we followed them around, and what the hotel was trying to do is we created social media content. So we would follow them around, create little videos and post stuff for them every day, because, like, that's the way marketing has gone now. So instead of them doing commercials, they'll bring out their different celebrities or athletes. They'll bring us out, we'll film for them, and then they're posting things. So that's how they create engagement in the facility that they own. So, I mean, we get to travel and then play with cameras and be on vacation. That's work.
What is the meaning behind A23, the name?
So A23 is super cool. When me and Leanne were both kids, we wanted to be astronauts. So that's where the A came from, is us being astronauts. And then the 23 is because when we growing up, Michael Jordan was the most dominant player. So it's just that simple. We wanted something that we wanted to be ballers, we wanted to be dominant, and then we wanted to represent the A because, like, sky's the limit, you know what I mean? We wanted to be out of this world with our skills and what we do. So it's A23.
How long have you guys been open?
We had our grand opening in February. We got the keys to the place in November. Just continuously growing and trying to expand what we have to offer. Just like when you came, you brought, like, a different element to what we offer too. So yeah, we'll be pushing a year here in actually a few months, which is kind of crazy because it feels like right now getting the keys. I was getting the keys, like, around this time last year, so it's, like, nuts. You know what I mean? To see what we've been able to do and the people that's come aboard.
Are you gonna celebrate a little annual opening thing?
I mean, you know how we get down, we celebrate all the time. But yeah, we'll do something big for everybody else. You know what I mean?
What do you think makes A23 unique compared to other media studios or media hubs or self-starter companies?
That's the cool thing. Like, right now is, like, a big time for, like, the startup culture. You know what I mean? And a lot of us younger people are actually doing it. I think what makes us different is, like, you look at, like, our group collectively, like, we're all very different individuals, but we're open to helping each other. We kind of expand off each other's ideas. The doers and the doing, like, fail trying, you know what I mean? Like, no idea is a bad idea, where a lot of people are just so afraid to be different or to change. And I'm like, okay, cool. If there's already some like solid blueprints out there, that's our starting point. And that's how I am with everyone around here. Like, hey, take what's already done. That's really good. Let's start there, and then let's see if we can make that better. You know what I mean? So instead of starting from a place where you're fear or you think your idea is bad, it's like, just try it, because you may learn something through that failure, you know? So it's just like, whatever's in here, if it's not out there, then it really doesn't exist, right? And like, we don't have that foundation where it's just like, hey, we've been established for this amount of years, this is what we do, this is who we are. So like with most jobs, you go there and you have to like fulfill an identity that was already there before you got there. So if someone left, you kind of just fill in a slot with them. Where we are, it's like you contribute to like the outcome of this company right now. So we're all in a super cool place.